Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy, Inner City Conservative, back at you again with another reaction video. Today, we're breaking down ABC News running cover for gang, scamming, and thieving culture in the urban community. It's very shameful. Right here, you have people who refuse to pay their bills, and instead of paying their bills, they pay a bunch of Instagram thoughts to scam the city of Atlanta. Shameful activity. Take a look at this video. We'll break it down. I won't hold back.
This is something no driver wants to see. You walk out to your car and a device is attached to the wheel to prevent you from moving, meaning you have been booted. And in order to get it removed, the driver is then on the hook for the cost. In Atlanta, two masked women are trying to shake up the booting industry one call at a time. The identity of the boot girls remains hidden for their safety, but they've become social media stars and state lawmakers are following their lead. Georgia state senators and an Atlanta city official are now trying to ban the act of booting, saying it's predatory and at times causing unnecessary violence. But booting companies say they only practice it where the city ordinance allows. Tonight, we take you along for a look inside the parking problems plaguing one of America's biggest cities and the vigilantes trying to fix it.
Good, how are you? You got cash or cash out? Okay, yeah.
How they get like that, you know.
When our mask is on, we're superheroes. When our mask is off, we're regular people living our regular lives. We just take off the boots.
Yep, all day, every day. We're able to be like feminine Batman.
We were at an apartment complex, and Shiesty randomly got booted. They had a key, and we just bought it from them. And
This is so disgusting. What you have is ABC News promoting a bunch of scammers running their scam on the people of Atlanta. Make no mistake about it, these are scammers. These are people who claim to be removing your boot from your car. They would send you would send them a Cash App, and you would get nothing back in return. This is what ABC News is promoting. This is scamming. This is scam culture, which is leading to violence all over America, all over the Atlanta metro area. It's plaguing regular black people. It's absolutely disgusting. Instead of these ladies getting a job, see them here, right? They're scamming the people of Atlanta. They're running around in their poo shiesty masks. You see these on their faces, you guys? These are called poo shiesties. There's no reason for them to have these on. All the kids running around with these things, terrorizing the average black person in the inner city. I call on ABC News to get this group of people shut down.
started our own.
Oh, they got a boot. A day in life is like we usually wake up at like 8 a.m. to our phone blowing up. Oh, theirs is hard to put in there. There we go. And it's full of boots. And it can last to like, what, 3 a.m.?
It's gone up to 40 a day. So we don't really have to do the whole week.
You know, we got different vehicles, but we chose the Batmobile today for y'all. So, play some tunes.
This behavior and this activity proves that there's no such thing as racism anymore in the United States. These people are some of the most privileged people in the history of America, some of these inner city people. What they're doing is committing crime, committing fraud against Atlanta, and extension against the people of Atlanta, excuse me. And they're able to do it all with no fear of retaliation from the police whatsoever. These are the same people who would claim victimhood with violence against a certain group of people. They're able to do this with the protection of a national news media. There's no outrage against this.
Play some tunes.
This is a bad industry. It's wrong on all levels. And our job as lawmakers is to address that and protect our citizens. I haven't had one person complain about the boot girls at this point. They've been nothing but raving fans. However, I'm sure if we had the booting...
This white man, see, is an absolute liar. He says he has not had one complaint against these girls. People, I encourage you to read some of the news blogs in Atlanta. There's nothing about complaints about these girls and other people like them scamming the people of Atlanta. If someone says anything to them, the first thing they do is to threaten them with violence. This man is an absolute liar, and he's using these women as a pawn to push his political agenda.
Companies here, they would say something different.
You see through the social media reactions, the reactions of local news, when stories about booting come up, that this is a problem that a lot of Atlantans actually are really concerned about.
So you can park your car at a lot in Atlanta, walk off the property, come back, and your car is going to be booted. Since 2012, we've helped at least 500,000 people who have been booted in Georgia. And Atlanta counts for the lion's share of it. This is big business in Atlanta. Everyone profits. The booting companies profit, the parking companies profit, even the business owners profit. Despite the fact that there are statutes and rules that keep them from giving kickbacks, they still do it in a lot of instances. So everyone's getting paid off of this, and the people who are parking, even in their own homes, are the ones paying the cost. Our state government should have acted a long time ago. And in some instances, people are very understandably upset. And that can lead to violent confrontations.
No, ma'am, you can't do it.
You can't
do it, ma'am.
You're finna step
No,
on her foot.
I'm not stepping on your foot. You can't do it.
You need
Nope.
to go. Like, for real.
Nope, you can't do this.
The man was from a private parking company. He was very aggressive with us. He was putting like most of his body weight on us, making my hand stuck in the boot to where I can't turn or get the key out.
I thought we was gonna have to fight him.
What we have is exactly a group of thugs patrolling Atlanta, the Atlanta metro area, threatening people with violence if they do not comply with their criminality, if they do not go along with the crimes they're committing. In many cases, they are committing felonies with property destruction. These ladies over here who are masquerading as some vigilantes in Atlanta. These people are acting just like thugs and gangster rappers with their cites on their heads. It's just menacing and terrorizing people. They are adopting the exact rhetoric and behavior that's leading to the destruction in the inner city. These people with the cites on their heads are up to no good. I promise you, America. All over these inner cities, you can look in all over New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Atlanta Metro. These kids are all operating under the same edict, and they have exactly a uniform with these things on their heads. There is no good reason to be wearing them in the summer. The only reason why you wear them is to conceal your identity, to commit crime. ABC News thinks it's cute as they air this piece to give them some woke brownie points. It's absolutely shameful, and I implore all of you to speak out against this in the form of the election coming up.
Okay, but excuse me so I can take it out.
Can y'all call the police?
Because he's harassing us. I'm calling the cops right now. Don't worry about it. And
It's legal. Like,
it's not.
yes, it is. You touch my friend, I'm gonna whip your. You a grown man. You a grown man.
You're hiding behind a mask.
Okay, and what you gonna do about it?
Behind a mask.
It's kind of a dangerous job for a female, technically, especially with the audience and they know who you are. They really try to attack you. But we're on the...
You a grown man! You a grown man! This is the behavior of the average person in the inner city, regardless of gender. They all act the same. They're all hyper masculine and they're all hyper violent. They don't know how to control their emotions. They're hyper narcissists, and the narcissism is exaggerated by a media who keeps telling them that they're victims. There are such victims that it can operate undercover and still get praised by national media.
And she said, "Thank you." I've been arrested by the Atlanta Police Department. I was trying to help the people who had called me. And by the time I got there, all that was happening, they called the police and they just falsely accused me of throwing the boot over the fence. But the lot that it was at, there was no fence. They just said things that they know were criminal to, have reasons for my arrest.
See, look what I told you. This is all gangster, and demon culture that ABC News is promoting for Black people, for our Black youth. Make no mistake, this production is for Black youth. All of it. These people are masquerading and cosplaying drill and gangster rappers, all of them. All the kids are doing it. They're acting out music videos daily. This is why the crime rate is so high. They're following the lyrics in these songs, and they're living this culture like it's a religion. Look, it's almost as if this is a uniform. You can go to any big city and see kids walking around in the middle of August with these pushaisty things on their head. These kids have no fathers, therefore they have no discipline in their house. This is outrageous. Little Durk is their daddies. These people. The young lady said that the cops arrested her for helping somebody who called her for her services. The cops arrested her because she was committing a crime. Plain and simple. The cops were able to give her a slap on the wrist, even though she was committing a crime against the city of Atlanta. All while she claims, I guarantee you that there is systemic racism and the cops are racist. All while destroying evidence in the form of throwing away all of her tools and proudly boasting about it.
The boot girls, we've identified them, we know who they are, and we're working through a process with other booting companies and APD to get them prosecuted. The problem is more with some of our state legislators that are actually encouraging this kind of activity. Here in the city of Atlanta, we have an ordinance that actually controls how we boot. So we have to be permitted by the City of Atlanta Police Department with background checks. We have to have signage at all the entrances, and there's a whole bunch of things that we have to do in order to boot a car legally. We only boot in areas where there is an ordinance. We work with our crew to educate them on how to speak to people. So to de-escalate things, if you communicate well with them, it tends to de-escalate a situation. Banning booting is short-sighted. And the reason why I say that is this. You take a property like this, which is a paid parking lot. If you ban booting, it's going to leave my client one option for enforcement, and that's towing. Unfortunately, for the people who are in violation at that point, the fee is going to be 3 to 4 times higher.
Property owners definitely have a right. I mean, this is undisputed, right? To control who comes onto their property, what the terms are, how much parking is, how much it costs to stay there, how long they can stay there. What it comes down to is what is the most lawful, safe, and humane way, really, to enforce parking. There's all kinds of different alternatives. Paper tickets, controlled access, towing. How is the solution to that problem to trap my car there?
Keys. They got all the keys. They got the keys to the street. I make the keys that unlock the booting devices across the city of Atlanta, and I sell those. And then I manage the girls who actually do removal services.
Not everybody is going to agree about what the boot girls are doing or the people who are manufacturing.
Not everybody do agree, but the news media would have you believe that people do. This is absolutely disgusting, shameful, thug activity where you have people wanting to skirt justice and not pay their fines and fees and want to get something for nothing, destroying city property. The big story here, the big takeaway is the criminal justice system. There are no consequences for the youth in inner city Atlanta, Baltimore, DC, New York, and the rest of America. Kids, young people, including young women, can operate and do crime with no fear of anything. This keeps happening. You can go into any store right now virtually in California, and as long as you steal slightly under $1,000, you can walk home with a bag of goodies and feed the rest of your gangbanging homies. These criminals, like these girls here, need to be held accountable for their crimes. This will keep happening. Inner city, regular inner city people will keep getting terrorized until something changes. I implore all of you to vote in your upcoming election to whoever candidate will hold criminals accountable for their crimes. Thank you guys for watching. This is your boy, Inner City Conservative. Like, subscribe, follow this channel for more inner city news with a conservative perspective.